When you say you're going to Walt Disney World, everybody wants to come with you, and your trip ends up going from being just your family to being a big production, and there are so many more moving parts. So today I'm sharing my tips on how I manage multifamily trips.
I'm Christina. I'm a traveler, a planner, and most importantly, a mom. I'm sharing my best tips to make traveling as a family a little less stressful. So put down your phone, pack your bags, and let's showcase the world.
My name's Christina, and as a travel advisor, I've helped hundreds of families take a break from the busy and enjoy incredible family vacations. I especially love figuring out all the extra details that come with multiple families. So if you're struggling with all of those little things, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more Disney vacation planning advice. The first thing that I want to start off with is the first thing that I always start with is where do you want to stay? And when you're asking that question, I'm sure that you're feeling that stress of everyone staying at the same resort, everyone being in the same place, maybe even sharing the same space, trying to find a villa. But that might not fit everyone's budget. And to be honest, I love having my own space. So even when I do visit with my mother-in-law or with my parents or with another family friend, I like to have my own space to kind of get away from, especially when I'm traveling with my siblings. We love each other very much, but we're a lot of personalities, and sometimes you just need a little bit of distance. So Disney does offer 2-bedroom villas, which can sleep 8 or 9 people, but it may be less expensive to get 2 rooms. Disney does not guarantee connecting rooms, but you can request one, and it hasn't been very often that I've had that request not fulfilled. Just note that it is not guaranteed. I do have a guide to choosing your Disney resort based on theming, location, budget. So make sure you grab that, and it will help you figure out the best place to stay. I love to plan a bunch of things together. Plan some meals together, plan some experiences together, but you don't have to spend every single minute together. In fact, I recommend not doing it. There's going to be, if you're traveling with a 2-year-old like I am, and you're traveling with a family that has teenagers, or you're traveling with adults that don't have kids, you're not going to have the same interests. So when my family's going back for a nap, that's a good time for another family to hit a different park. Or when we're going on Dumbo, that's a great time for them to go on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So don't feel like you have to do everything together. I love experience things separately and then coming together at mealtime and talking about the things that you experience. If you are planning for a big trip, one of my biggest tips is to ask everyone the 3 things on their to-do list. You'll find some overlap, but I always try to pick one thing that's special to every person. So when I go with my whole family, we usually do the Hoop-Dee-Doo review, and that's kind of my brother Michael's day, my brother Michael's meal, and then I'll pick a meal that I know my brother Gregory will like. We did the Tokyo Steakhouse once. We did Oga's Cantina another time because he's a big Star Wars fan. My brother Andrew loves history and things like that, so we always try to make sure we do Hall of Presidents for him, and we do American Adventure for him. So it's important to make sure you ask everybody what they want to do, but don't try to get everything in there, right? Don't ask them for the list of everything they want to do. Pick one thing per person, and everything else is a bonus. If you're the planner, you need to set boundaries. This is really, really hard, I know, but it is not your job to make sure everyone is happy. It's your vacation too. So make sure you know what people want, but don't take responsibility for their enjoyment. Don't take responsibility for them being where they need to be. If they're not there, they're not there. Take a step back, and this was very hard for me to learn. This took me a very long time, 33 years, still learning on it, still learning it. I haven't really mastered it quite yet. I'm getting there. But you want to make sure that you're setting boundaries. As an example, we were on a tour and we had kind of our list based on what everyone had told me. And my brother goes, "Oh, well, when are we going to go on Space Mountain?" And I looked at him, I said, "You didn't tell me you wanted to do Space Mountain. I asked a bunch of times, if you're not involved in the planning, then there's nothing I can do. We already have this plan. I'm not going to bend over backwards to accommodate that just because you're seeing it now and now you want to do it when it wasn't on your priority list." So that's a huge tip there, especially if you're a people pleaser and you're a planner like I am. Another great tip is to consider the dining plan. So we just went down with my mother-in-law. We've gone with my mother-in-law a ton of times. I really enjoy it. But this past trip, there was no dining plan. So we fought every night over who was going to pay for the check. So if the dining plan is available, this is a great time where, maybe it's a cost savings for you, maybe it isn't, but it's going to help with the headache of splitting checks, of not arguing over who's paying, and it just makes things a lot easier. So especially when we're traveling, my family, my parents, my in-laws, my brothers, it's just so much easier. Everyone's already paid for their food. We just scan our bands and it's done. If you want to know a little bit more about the dining plan, I will link to the video. Here is the dining plan worth it? And it will kind of go through the aspects of it and all those things. Another great thing about maybe you're not traveling with family in terms of in-laws and brothers and like I usually do, but if you're traveling with multiple families with multiple kids, take turns babysitting. Each couple gets a date night. So, put the kids to bed early. One set of adults stays back, enjoys some wine on the balcony. The other couple gets to go out and enjoy a night alone, and then switch and do it opposite, so that you each get a date night and each get a little bit of kid-free time. If you want to take some of the planning pressure off of yourself, consider reaching out to a travel advisor. We do this all the time, and it can help you make sure it's easier, make sure everyone's stress is under control, reduce family meltdowns, and in the meantime, don't forget to download that guide and hit the bell to be notified when I share more of my Disney vacation planning expertise.
Need help planning your next family vacation? Visit us at showcasetheworld.com to request a quote or schedule a free vacation consultation. Want more great travel tips? You'll find those there too.